Okay, now this example is from your textbook. Okay, some Li Ying you read because the other two they dare not talk. So Li Ying,
Okay.
you please read number A.
Determine the number of ways to toss a dice and a piece of coin simultaneously.
Okay, so part A, a dice and a
And a coin
coin. Uh,
are tossed simultaneously. Find the total number of possible outcomes.
okay. So if they are thrown together, how many possible outcomes are there? Now this appear like a probability question, but we are not going to find the probability. We just want to know how many ways are there. Okay, right. So let's take for example, first one. A dice has six possible outcome. Dice means the how to say dadu, right? So on the surface of the cube, they have one dot to represent one, two dots to represent two, and so on. Altogether, the dice has six surfaces, so there are altogether six possible outcomes. Okay. Then next one, a coin. Coin has two possible outcome. Okay. One is called the head with the parliament there one. Then you turn over the other side is called the tail. Tail has the number. They call it the denomination for the coin. 20 cents, 50 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents like that. Right? So this is the so there are two possible outcome. Either you get a head or a tail. So altogether, how many outcomes are? How I don't want to ask Li Ying. Ask Jia Yan again. Jia Yan can or not? How many outcomes are there? You just type on your screen there, the chat there. Correct. 12. Very good. Huh? Okay. So how to get 12? Again, we try to do draw boxes. Right? One box, first box represent the dice. How many ways to fill up the first box? Six. So I write here six lah for the first box. Then the second box represents the coin. How many ways to fill up the second box? Two ways. So 6 times 2, 12. Correct. Okay, so altogether the total outcome 12 ways. Okay, right. The second question B. Find the number of ways a person can guess a 4-digit code to access a cell phone if the digits can be repeated. Wow. Okay. Okay, right. Now, this one. So something like a password like that lah. Something like password. We are going to create a password, and this password has 4 digits. That means it has 4 places. One, the first digit, second digit, third digit, fourth digit. So these digits, I have drawn 4 boxes here. The first box represents the first digit, second box represents the second digit, and so on. Now I want to ask you, in our number system, in our decimal number system, how many digits are there? What single digit number? How many are there? You just type on your screen. I ask you, Qian Tong, how many numbers, one digit number we have? You count. Then you type on the screen and tell me.
Pardon, teacher?
Okay. In our number system, we have numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Mm,
and so on lah. Okay or not? So
okay.
there are a lot of numbers, but how many single digit number are there? Only one digit one. How many?
Okay, teacher.
Huh? How many are there? Jia Yan? Jia Yan again. No, Jian Dong, Jian Dong. You just type on the screen there and tell me. Cannot. Okay, I tell you what only one digit, the number. One, one has only one digit. Two, three, four, five, and so on.
Teacher,
Yes.
0?
Zero also can. Zero also can.
Okay.
So Chen Dong said nine numbers are there, nine numbers. So let's say zero lor, Li Ying said zero lor, one lor, two lor, three lor, four lor, five lor, six lor, seven, eight lor, nine. Okay. So altogether, how many digits are there? Can I put 10? 10 cannot. 10 has two digits already, only one digit. So how many are there? Chen Dong said nine. Li Yin, how many? How many
10,
one digit number?
10.
10, correct. So 10, what are the 10 numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many ways can I fill up the first tempat kosong here? The first tempat kosong here. So these numbers, I can put inside here. I can put inside here. But I cannot I cannot write down zero there. Zero is a number, but I want to know how many ways to fill up this the first box. How many ways to fill up that? How many ways are there, Li Ying, to fill up the first box?
9.
Nine. I got 10 digits. You count again and see. 1, 2, 3,
3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 numbers here. So all these 10 numbers,
Mm.
any one of them, I can put in here. So the number of ways is not 9, but they are all together 10 ways of filling up the first box. Is
Okay,
this
teacher.
okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now I ask you, second box. How many ways to fill up the second box? The digits can be repeated. Digits can be repeated means if you first just now you put in 8 in the first box, the second time you can also put in 8 in the second box. So how many ways of
10.
filling? Huh?
10.
Correct, 10. Okay, so 10. Why 10? Why here 10? Because any of these 10 numbers also can go in here. Any of these 10 numbers also can go in. Third box, how many ways of filling up? Number of ways. Okay, not the actual number that is going, but the number of ways. How many ways to fill up the third box?
Also 10.
Also 10. This last box, how many ways to fill up the last box?
10. 10.
Also 10. Okay, so I have I have 10 ways of filling up this first box, 10 ways of filling up the second box, 10 ways of filling up the third box, 10 ways of filling up the first box. Okay, so these numbers, they are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so any of these 10 numbers can go into this 10 here, can go into this first box, sorry. So any of these can also go into the second box. Now the number 10 here is not the actual number that you are going to put in. The number 10 here is the number of ways in which you can fill up this box. Again, the number 10 here doesn't mean that I take this number 10 and put inside. No. Number 10 means there are 10 ways of filling up this first box, and so on, right? So using the multiplication principle, I'm going to multiply all these tens together, and I will get 10,000 ways. Okay, 10,000 ways. Any question so far?
Now, teacher,
No. So can you please read question number 1, exercise 4.1, question number 1.
there are 3 choices of color for a shirt, while there are 5 choices of color for a pair of pants. Determine the number of ways to match a shirt with a pair of pants.
So do you guess how many ways? Just tell me like that. Can?
15.
Correct, 15. Why 15? Because we have 3
3
shirts, so
shirts,
the
5
first
pants.
box you can fill up in 3 ways. 5 pens, the second box you can fill up in 5 ways. So altogether, 3 times 5, 15 ways. Okay, total 15 ways. Okay, now second question. This second question very tricky. Very short the question, but the answer is very complicated. Li Ying, can you read question number 2?
How many ways are there to answer 15 true or false question?
Oh, how many ways to answer 15 true or
30.
false questions? So,
30.
huh?
30.
30. 30. Okay, 30 is not correct. Let me show you. Okay, number 2. Each question has 2 possible answers, true or false. So let's say I have 15 questions. 15 questions. So the first question, how many ways can I answer the first question? This box represents the first question. I can answer it in 2 ways. Why 2? Because I've got 2 choices, true or false. So true or false, how many ways of filling up the first question, of answering the first question? 2 ways. Why 2 ways? Because the answer can either be true or the answer can be false. So the first question, how many ways of answering? 2 ways. Now I ask you, second question, how many ways of answering the second question?
2.
Correct, 2 ways. 2 ways. All together, how many questions are there?
15.
15 questions. So do you know what is the answer? How many boxes have you need to prepare how many boxes? For 15
15.
questions.
15 boxes.
15 boxes. How many twos are there? How many twos?
15.
15. So what is the answer?
30.
15, 2 times 2 times 2, 15 times
Ah.
is not 30.
Wait, that.
It's not 30. 2 ways, true or false. So each of these, you fill up with 2, 2, 2.
Oh,
15 questions, all 2. So what is the answer?
96.
Eh,
Correct. Wait,
no, no, not 96. 2 times 2 times 2, 15 times is 2 to the power of 15. You use your calculator and see how much is 2 to the power of 15.
Uh, 32768.
Correct. 32768. Now this question is from your textbook. You don't believe so many ways, you go and check the textbook.